Welcome back, guys.
What's up?
Here we go.
So, we're on our first week of Billboard hit theme movie songs.
In blockbuster films. Such a long title.
Yeah.
Popular songs that came out of movies.
That made the top 10
Billboard charts.
We were trying to figure out how to name this. So this was recommended by one of our viewers. So we thought it would be fun.
It's a good category.
Yeah. Lots of movies. I didn't realize how many kids movies. Disney movies specifically.
Yeah.
But I mean, that makes sense. Disney has money.
Usually the tunes that people whistle or hum at random come from movies or come from some commercial.
Yes. So, and actually I was sick for a couple days this week, so I got a lot of movies in.
Lots of movie watching.
That we normally wouldn't have gotten in so many. So, the very first one is Space Jam from 1996. I forgot that this movie came out in 1996.
Yeah, it's been a long time, and people said it was terrible then, too.
It was pretty terrible.
Still has that reputation, you know.
Yes. Yeah, it's weird in that it's animated mixed with live action.
Yeah, the last movie that I recall like that was Who Framed Roger Rabbit, but that was much better, I think.
Yes. That was more cohesively done.
Yeah.
This one just looked chunky.
I don't know. I didn't really understand the point of the movie. Michael Jordan is not a great actor at all. He should stick to basketball.
Yeah. I remember you said that when we first started it.
Yeah. Even some of the other famous basketball players that were in there, they'll stick to basketball. I don't know who came up with this project or what they were thinking, but there's a lot of movies like that, right?
Yeah. I'm just surprised it rated as high as it did on IMDb. It's 6.5. What are they seeing?
The Ewok movies were better than that.
And they were rated lower.
Yeah.
I don't know on this one. I think IMDb is a little off on this one.
Empty of any kind of interesting story.
Yeah.
Bad acting.
Yeah.
You see the Looney Tunes characters, right? You see the Looney Tunes characters, but they're
the best actors.
Yeah. And was their personality a little bit different compared to how we saw them in cartoons?
Yeah, I think so. A little bit.
It was almost like a movie personality versus a classic.
Right.
How we knew them on TV.
Yes, they interacted differently for sure.
Yeah.
But it had several Billboard hit songs. I Believe I Can Fly by R. Kelly, which was U.S. number 2.
R. Kelly, he got famous for other things.
Oh, well. For You I Will by Monica was a U.S. number 4. Fly Like an Eagle.
Wait. Is that Seal?
Seal,
yeah.
U.S. number 10.
Seal.
So it had 3 top 10 Billboard hit movie.
There you go.
Music song. Songs.
The only one I couldn't sing in my head right off the bat was that. What was the second one you mentioned?
For You I Will.
The song by Monica?
For You I Will.
Okay. I'm thinking of another song.
Yeah.
I know the other ones though.
All right. So what would you rate Space Jam? I'd probably give it a 2 out of 10.
Oh wow. I
didn't enjoy it at all.
You rated it 2. What? I was gonna say 4.
Okay. We don't have to rate the same.
But maybe our terrible meter is a little bit different. I really didn't think it was that great. Maybe I could have rated it lower, but that was the number that first came to mind, so I'll stick with 4.
Okay.
It's subjective, right?
So 2 for me and a 4 for him. So watch it at your own risk.
Would not recommend.
Yeah. Space Jam 1996. There's so there are so much better movies out there that you could choose to waste an hour and a half on than Space Jam.
Yeah.
Okay. The next one is Alice Through the Looking Glass from 2016. I thought I had seen this one till we started watching it, and I realized I hadn't seen it.
And I thought, because I saw the characters from the original movie, and I was thinking that this was the original, but it turns out there was a second one that I had no clue about.
Yeah. So it was kind of fun to watch this one. I enjoyed it. I thought it was different, a different take on Alice story. So the first one in this series was more like the Alice in Wonderland story, with a little spin, of course, because they all have to have their own different spin. This one was completely different. It took it in a different direction. It was more background story on the Mad Hatter.
And, I only got to see a few minutes of this, but it actually captured my attention, and I would actually go back and watch this from start to finish.
Yeah, I enjoyed the storyline. I enjoyed the going back in time and trying to fix things and realizing that wasn't how things are supposed to go. So yeah. I don't want to give away any more than that if you haven't seen it. But it's really good. It's a really good take and twist on the Alice story.
I like the aesthetic of the film. Did you say this is a Tim Burton film?
Is it?
I think you said it did. I don't know if you had saw that in your information, but
no.
Oh, it's not. Okay.
Directed by James Bobbin.
Oh.
You might have thought that because of Johnny Depp being in it.
Probably. He's in several Tim Burton films.
Yeah, and he makes a great Mad Hatter. I don't think they could have cast a better person for the Mad Hatter than Johnny Depp.
He seems to fit a lot of those
quirky.
That's a good description. Yeah, quirky characters. Jack Sparrow is another famous one, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like the look of the film. It looked like a really interesting story. I kind of like the Queen. It looks like she had
the Queen of Hearts.
Yeah, I don't know. She looked like a little vulnerable in this film compared to the original one.
Yeah, and it did give a little backstory on her, how her head got so big.
Which one of the girls told me in the car. I thought, oh, that's interesting. that they talked about that.
Yeah. So if you haven't seen it, I would recommend this one. It's really cute. I would probably give it an 8.5 out of 10.
There you go. For the 15 minutes that I saw, I'd at least give it a 7. But I would go back and watch it.
Yeah, very good. It's very good. Alice Through the Looking Glass from 2016. Oh, and the hit song was Just Like Fire by Pink, which was a U.S. number 10.
I only know Pink's older song, so I would have to hear that one to see.
I don't know that I'd heard the song even, really.
Before this movie?
Yeah. So, but it made top 10.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, so the next one is Disney's Aladdin from 1992. Good old classic.
Yeah, this one obviously has several Billboard hits, like...
It only lists one.
Hold on, let me see if I can think of it. Is it A Whole New World?
Whole New World.
Yeah.
It's the only one that is listed as the U.S. Billboard hit, and it's a number 1.
I'm surprised it's only... Okay, number 1. I'm surprised it only had one.
Yep.
It makes sense. It's kind of a, poppy sounding song.
Yeah. So if you've never seen Aladdin, you really should. It's a good story.
It's a good classic at this point.
Kind of a princess who doesn't want the atypical prince. She wants something more, something with more meaning than just having an arranged setup marriage.
Oh, right. And so she's trying to blend in with the middle and lower class, and he was trying to blend in with the upper class to get to her. So somehow they met in the middle. I think this is one in Disney's golden years, I think. At least during my childhood. This one, Little Mermaid, Lion King, Toy Story is kind of getting, further out there.
Yeah, they were all must-sees. They were all
Cinderella. Oh, yeah.
The weekend watch movies.
Yeah.
So rating it. What would you rate Aladdin?
I would give Aladdin an 8. I mean, we've got... I'm drawing a blank. Mrs. Doubtfire guy. What's his name?
Mrs. Doubtfire?
The actor, Patch
Robin
Adams.
Williams?
Robin Williams.
I was like, is this a trick question?
Playing Aladdin, not Aladdin, yeah, playing the genie. So made the movie great, I think.
Yes. So I would give it an 8 also. I think it's well done. It's cute. It's a classic. It's a must-see.
Yeah.
So if you've never seen it, get on it and get watching it.
Disney's live action version of this movie is actually pretty good.
It's really good.
Yeah, they did a good job.
It has Will Smith as the genie.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of fun to
Good
watch
cast.
also.
It's a good cast.
Okay. Then, did I say? Yeah, I said the song.
Yeah.
By Peabody Bryson and Regina Bell. I don't think I said who.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Wrote the songs. Okay, the next one is Beauty and the Beast from 1991. So another classic Disney originally movie.
Let's see if I can guess the Billboard hit. Now I have a whole new world stuck in my head.
No.
It's not Be Our Guest. It's
Nope.
It's kind of the main thing. Okay, what is it?
Beauty and the Beast by Celine Dion.
Oh, Beauty and the Beast. That's right. Oh, Celine Dion. Yeah.
And it was a U.S. number 9.
Yeah. I think they had considered Celine Dion one of the divas back in the day with Mariah Carey and Whitney Houston and
Yes.
Gloria Estefan, maybe. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. So good story about a snotty guy who kind of got a punishment for his attitude, and he had to figure out how to correct that by having someone fall in love with him as he appeared with the curse.
Yeah.
So he managed to achieve that on his death, and it actually saved his life. So.
And she showed him a lot of grace. There was a little bit of conflict between the two of them, of course, but overall, it's a really great story. A lot of good songs.
Yeah.
With the what do you call it? Tableware and dishes.
Yes. A lot of fun, entertaining.
Yeah.
Scenes. So, I would give this one an 8. Also, I think it's right up there with Aladdin for me.
I'll give it 8.5.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, there was something about the animation in this one also. I remember my uncle saying something about it when we were watching this in the theater. Specifically the chandelier, when it's kind of zooming in on them, you see the chandelier in view, and it just looks like a higher quality animation than past films.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
kind of a thing that's stuck in my head.
It's a lot of fun to watch if you haven't seen it. Another
Definitely.
one that is a definite watch.
Yep.
Okay, the next one is Pocahontas from 1995.
Now, I gotta confess, I've never seen this one.
He's never seen it.
And I still haven't seen it, but it looked pretty interesting.
Sorry about my coughing now and then, getting over the sickness. But so this one is good. It's not a true Pocahontas story though.
What?
Right? They changed it to dramatize it for her to fall in love with John Smith, which in real life that didn't actually happen.
Because you gotta be consistent.
Or there's no proof of that happening.
Gotta be consistent with the rest of the Disney movies, I guess.
The princess has to have a prince.
Yep.
But still cute. I like the kind of free flow of the movie. The hit song was "Colors of the Wind" by Vanessa Williams. It's a U.S.
Vanessa
number
Williams.
4.
Oh, okay, this is a good song.
It
It's
is.
a good song. Good, great lyrics, nice melody.
Mm-hmm. I love that at the beginning of all of these Disney movies, there's a disclaimer. This may
Now
not
there
represent
is.
culture in an appropriate light.
Oh my goodness!
Just stop.
Get over
already.
yourselves,
Just
Disney.
stop. But
Remove
anyway,
the label, dimwits.
good movie, a lot of fun. I love Miko, the trash panda. That's her best friend.
What is it? A panda?
Miko, trash panda, a
Trash
raccoon,
panda? Oh, okay.
and her hummingbird pet
Oh yeah.
are really cute. He gets squished a lot in the movie. And
Poor guy.
hops
Hummingbirds
right
are so
back.
delicate.
He's so cute. I forget his name. I don't know why his name slips me, but Miko and the hummingbird are super cute. So what would you rate this? I probably wouldn't rate this as high as Beauty and the Beast and Aladdin. I don't know. I wouldn't choose this one over them. I would probably give it a 7 to a 7.5.
I would
Out of
have to
10?
watch it from start to finish and tell you, but it looks like a great movie.
It's cute. Okay, so that was Pocahontas from 1995. The next one, we went way back.
Was this a recommendation?
Yeah,
Okay.
well, it was on a list of Billboard top
okay.
hits. Blue Hawaii from 1961. So this is an Elvis Presley movie. So my kids actually, what are you doing? Actually really enjoyed watching Elvis Presley in action. So I think it was the first Elvis movie that we've introduced them to.
Probably for
or in
me,
a while.
Probably for me also. I don't know
Really?
if I've ever seen any of his movies.
What?
If anything, this is the one that I knew of, this title specifically, but I could not name you any other Elvis movies.
All right then. Well, this is a fun one. It's a cute one. He is, he's the son of rich Hawaiian,
Yep.
pineapple farmers.
Yeah, that's right. Because when he came back from military, he was gonna go
So
to
I
work.
don't know if they're really considered. I guess they are farmers, or they own the farm, the pineapple farm.
Yeah.
And so he was basically destined to take over the company, but he didn't want easy, fast money. He wanted to make something of himself on his own.
That's right. I do remember that scene of him talking, I guess, his girlfriend.
Yeah. So that's what he and his girlfriend set out to do, and they accomplished their dreams by the end.
And so let's back up to the beginning of the film. Was he the one kissing another girl in the beginning?
So he was doing that as sort of a prank.
Oh, he
Because
was.
he said, I think that got her at the beginning. He was trying to...
But he was kissing her, wasn't he?
He was trying to stir up trouble with his girlfriend.
Yeah, that'll stir up trouble.
But she didn't seem to care for very long.
I thought that was weird too, because when I saw that those two had chemistry and you picked up that, oh, they're in a relationship, and
So
she just
with
brushed
him-
it off.
With him kissing the flight attendant, that was all for show.
Okay, but still,
All right.
that's a stretch.
But, I mean, that was an Elvis thing. He was a womanizer, kind of.
True, the
had a
ladies
lot of-
were all over
yeah.
him. He did invent a new kind of music,
New kind of moves.
new kind of moves.
Yeah, so...
That Forrest Gump told him, remember?
What?
That Forrest Gump showed him.
Forrest Gump.
You remember Forrest Gump showed Elvis's moves?
Oh,
You remember that?
no.
You remember when Forrest Gump still had his leg supports? He was still maybe 10, 12 years old.
Yeah, okay.
And Elvis came through their bed and breakfast?
Yep, the scene just flashed in my head. Okay. Yeah, that's funny. I didn't even
Crossover.
put two and two together, but yeah, so what you kind of explained to the kids that the way he moved and danced was not what they did back then, and so he kind of stirred up a lot of trouble with that because nobody else moved like that. It wasn't
Unconventional, yeah, not traditional. Michael Jackson was probably the guy that broke that next barrier.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure, yeah.
So I thought it was a lot of fun to go back and watch it. I really enjoyed it. I like watching Elvis movies, though. I like the old classics like that, and
Yeah, those older-
He's a great actor too, besides singer.
Yes. Better actor than Michael Jordan
Oh,
from
there's no comparison.
from the few minutes that I saw. I didn't,
No comparison.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you haven't seen the Elvis movies, I would recommend them. Blue Hawaii is a lot of fun. So the song is "Can't Help Falling in Love" by Elvis Presley, and it was a U.S. number 2.
Came from that movie.
Yeah.
I know that song. Okay.
So, yeah.
Because no, UB40 did a reggae version of that song that everybody is familiar with.
Yeah, I don't know. But I would probably give this one, and I would probably give it 8 out of 10 for older classic
There you go.
Elvis movie. It's a lot of fun to watch. I enjoy it. All right, so that was Blue Hawaii from 1961.
Okay.
The next one is Trolls from 2016. So Trolls are always something to watch.
Yeah.
Super colorful, super just kind of out there.
And I think that's the thing. They just blast the screen with lots of color.
So much color and glitter.
Liveliness, glitter. Yeah.
So our girls love it because it's just so sparkly and...
When I think of Trolls, I think of the old pencil caps you used to put on there with the fuzzy hair.
And they were ugly.
You do this and then make their hair go everywhere.
But they were naked. You remember that?
They were naked, but that's my memory of Trolls.
So these guys are not. They
mean,
wear
this is-
felt clothing.
What, 30 years later, then they come up with this movie about a childhood pencil topper.
So this movie is about conflict also because they have the Bergen who eat trolls. And so the Bergen are kind of these ugly, monochromatic, just
real pale.
No life.
Ugly, yeah.
Sad, depressed creatures.
And they
that's because they can't have their favorite food, trolls, because the trolls were hiding out for 20 years from them.
Yeah.
But the trolls had this big 20-year celebration of no Bergen. And, of course, the Bergen found them that way because they blew glitter into the air and there was color and big party and loud noise and all of that. So they were caught and then they kind of had their whole struggle all over again to get freed from the Bergen.
I think this one had a lot of good songs. In a way, it kind of reminds me of the Smurfs, just because there are a ton of them, and they each have their own different personalities.
Yeah, that's a good comparison.
These guys they're really crazy.
But these guys have even more life, I think, than the Smurfs.
Oh, they do. They do.
Way more spunky.
Yeah.
The hit song was "Can't Stop the Feeling" by Justin Timberlake. It was a U.S. number 1. Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised it wasn't won by Anna Kendrick.
Nope. Can't Stop the Feeling, Justin Timberlake.
Okay. I wonder if that was a song made for that movie, I guess.
I don't know what order, if the song came first or the movie came first. Yeah. I don't know. But a lot of fun, a lot of color, a lot of pep, and some adventure.
Yep.
So, and there was a little love story in it too.
Yeah, there was a good story with the Bergen. They had something to lift their spirits in the end.
So I probably give it a 7 to 7.5 out of 10.
I was gonna say 7.5. It's
all
entertaining.
Right. So that was Trolls from 2016. The last one, Hannah Montana the movie from 2009. So this is Miley Cyrus and Billy Ray Cyrus movie.
Oh, so her dad's in it.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's the dad. I mean, it's Miley Cyrus in the movie.
Oh, okay.
And she dresses up as the character, Hannah Montana.
Yeah.
And so she's a singing sensation, Hannah Montana is. And there's a whole TV series and everything of Hannah Montana. So, and this is kind of her, she was kind of stuck in this fame thing, and her dad wanted to pull her back so she could remember where she came from. And so it was kind of a little bit of a pull back and forth, a little bit of this is who I was, this is who I am now, why can't I just be who I am? Why do I have to be this also? But then she's realizing that her roots are important. And so it was a kind of a personal conflict. This was a resolution movie.
This was a Disney original too, right? That whole Hannah Montana character stemmed from Disney.
Yep. So that's where Miley Cyrus got her beginning. She was a Disney singer, actress, and then of course we know
she branched out.
We know how all of the Disney singers and actors end up. It seems
Britney Spears also branched out.
Yeah, they all kind of hit their. Let's be our own thing, and it usually doesn't go well.
Yeah,
for them.
What's going on over there at Disney? And these,
thankfully, most of them snap out of it at a certain point, but unfortunately, they have to hit their wild side, and it's usually in their early 20s. And
so was it entertaining?
Yeah, I think it's a lot of fun. So it's a fun, clean movie.
Oh, it's clean. That's good.
Yeah.
I remember my cousins watching the series.
Yeah, I don't recall any language or any sexual content really. I didn't have to worry about that with the girls. It's rated G, so it's safe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. So the song is "The Climb" by Miley Cyrus, of course, US number 4. So she sings a lot of songs in this movie though. So if you like Miley Cyrus's older music, this is a movie that highlights a lot of her songs.
Is it a musical like High School Musical, or is it a movie with some songs sprinkled in?
It's not a musical. I would not consider it a musical. No.
All right.
It's got a lot of singing in it, but it's because she's a singer.
Oh, okay.
but it's not set like a musical.
Cool.
Thankfully. Yeah. No. I would probably give it a 7 out of 10.
All right.
It's fun to watch.
Fair rating.
A couple times. And then that's probably about it.
Yeah.
But it's entertaining for sure.
Yeah.
I like to see Miley Cyrus in her beginnings. I think she was really good as a Hannah Montana character.
I'd probably like to see that too, because we've mostly been exposed to how she is now. I didn't watch this stuff when I was a kid, so.
Yeah. I think she's starting to come around though.
Is she?
I think she's normalizing a little bit.
Okay. Well, that's
We'll
good.
see though. We'll see. But that's Hannah Montana the movie from 2009. So that is our first week of Billboard hit theme music
For movies. I think when I came up with the thumbnail, I just said Billboard hits in movies.
There you go. Because, yeah,
There
it's
you
a
go.
long title. And what was suggested to us by our viewer, I was like, whoa, we got to shorten that title somehow. But it's been fun to kind of look back at these movies. It's been enjoyable to watch the old Disney movies again.
Yeah. Those
Had a lot of
were
fun with it.
The good old days.
And the other movies we have on the list are kind of older movies. So we got to see if we can get a hold of them and watch them in these next 3 weeks. If you know of any that you would like us to watch, especially if you know that they're on streaming, like Netflix, Hulu, Disney, Prime, then, or Tubi even, let us know. We would love to give them a watch. We would love to see what you think about the movies that we watched this week.
Yeah, we would love to hear your comments also.
So, like, subscribe, pound it.
You said pound it last time. That's a funny one. Pound it's a good one.
No, what is it?
I don't know.
Ring the
Crush it.
bell?
Ding the notification bell. So you don't miss any future episodes.
Right. And jump on the chat. We would love to chat with you.
Yeah.
We haven't had anyone pop on and chat with us for a while, so it's a lot of fun to get to chat with you live.
It's been
So
lonely. We're just staring at the camera.
at each other.
Internet. Speak to us.
But anyway, thanks for subscribing. We are almost at our 300.
Almost. We are at 298.
We're
which
really,
is-
really close. We
we're
need
just-
2 more. So if you are watching us right now and you have not subscribed, maybe you'll be our 300 and we will give you a shout out.
That's right.
So jump on and subscribe and we'll shout you out on our next live next week.
Thanks for watching this, guys, and we will see you next